20 years ago. A key witness vanished without a trace. Official records claimed he was dead. In reality, he had been living under a new identity through the Witness Protection Program. His real name had been erased from history. Only 3 people knew the truth. Now, only one of them was still alive. Detective Emma received an urgent call. The court has reopened the 20-year-old conspiracy case. The final witness must testify. Emma asked, "Where is he now?" A federal officer replied, "Only Witness Protection knows." Emma met Federal Marshal Olivia Grant. She unlocked a classified file. Inside, 1 photograph, 1 fingerprint, 1 new identity. Michael Ross. Olivia whispered, "If anyone discovers who he really is, he won't survive the week." Michael Ross spent his days working in a small public library. Children knew him as a kind old librarian. Nobody suspected. He had once witnessed the most important murder in the country's history. He believed the past had finally forgotten him. He was wrong. Closing the library that evening, Michael noticed something beneath the front door. A black envelope. Inside, only 1 sentence. "We know who you are." His hands began to shake. Olivia arrived with federal agents. "We are moving you immediately." Michael looked around his small home one last time. For 20 years, it had been his only safe place. Within minutes, the convoy disappeared into the night. Halfway to the safe house, a truck suddenly blocked the road. Masked gunmen opened fire. Federal agents returned fire. Emma pulled Michael behind an armored vehicle. The attackers vanished into the darkness. As quickly as they appeared, Michael was taken to a secret underground safehouse. Emma finally asked, "What did you see 20 years ago?" Michael remained silent, then quietly replied, "I didn't see the killer. I saw the person who ordered it." The room fell silent. Michael reached into his coat. He handed Emma a faded photograph. It showed 5 smiling people standing outside the courthouse. Emma recognized 4 faces immediately. The 5th face had been torn away. Michael whispered, "That's the man everyone has been looking for." Before Michael could say another word, a laser dot appeared on his chest. Emma shouted, "Down!" A sniper's bullet shattered the window. The lights went out. When emergency lights came on, Michael had disappeared. Only the torn photograph remained on the floor. Emergency lights flickered. Emma searched every room. Michael Ross had vanished. The only evidence left behind was the torn photograph. Lucas examined the broken window. No blood. No footprints. Emma whispered, "Someone took him alive." Forensic officers discovered a hidden steel hatch beneath a bookshelf. Emma opened it. A narrow underground tunnel stretched into darkness. Fresh footprints covered the dusty floor. Lucas looked down. They escaped this way. Emma loaded her pistol. "We are going after them." The tunnel ended beneath an abandoned subway station. Old tracks disappeared into darkness. A black SUV had recently driven through. On the wall, someone had painted the mysterious silver symbol. Emma realized the organization had safe routes everywhere. Lucas found a damaged voice recorder. He repaired it. Michael's frightened voice echoed, "If this recording is playing." "They found me. But I still remember the face." Then, a loud scream. The recording ended. The recording led police to an old forest cabin. They arrived too late. The cabin was burning. Inside, Emma found a half-burned notebook. Only 1 sentence survived. "Trust Judge Sinclair." Judge Sinclair arrived at police headquarters. Emma handed him the notebook. He looked at the words. His face turned pale. "I wrote this 20 years ago." The room fell silent. Judge Sinclair opened an old courtroom archive. Hidden behind false panels was a sealed case file. Its title read, "Witness Protection, Confidential." Emma slowly opened it. Every page had been removed, except the last one. The final page contained 1 photograph. Michael Ross, standing beside a young detective. Emma froze. The detective was her late father. No one had ever told her. He worked on the same conspiracy. Emma's phone rang. Unknown number. Michael whispered, "Emma. They're forcing me to testify." For the wrong side. A gun was heard being cocked. The call disconnected. Exactly 12 seconds. The next morning, a court summons arrived. Witness hearing, 9 a.m. Witness, Michael Ross. Emma looked at the document. Impossible. Michael had been kidnapped. So, who was about to appear in court? The courtroom was packed. Everyone waited for Michael Ross. The doors slowly opened. An elderly man entered under heavy police security. Emma looked closely. Something felt wrong. The man walked differently. His voice wasn't Michael's. Emma whispered, "That's not him." The prosecutor asked, "State your name." The man replied, "Michael Ross." He claimed Judge Sinclair had ordered the murder 20 years ago. The courtroom erupted. Judge Sinclair stood. "He's lying." Emma carefully watched the witness's trembling hands. Something wasn't right. Emma walked toward the witness stand. She asked one question. "What was the name of your first dog?" The witness hesitated. "I don't remember." Emma smiled. The real Michael loved his dog. He would never forget. The courtroom became silent. Emma requested a fingerprint scan. Minutes later, the results appeared. Identity unknown. The witness removed a silicone face mask. Gasps echoed across the courtroom. It wasn't Michael Ross. It was a hired actor. At the same moment, Michael Ross sat tied to a chair inside an abandoned warehouse. A masked man placed a phone before him. "You'll testify exactly as we tell you." Michael calmly replied, "I'd rather die than lie." While reviewing the fake witness's clothes, Lucas discovered a tiny GPS tracker stitched inside the jacket. It wasn't tracking him. It was leading us somewhere. Emma immediately activated the signal. The GPS signal ended at an abandoned shipping warehouse. Emma and the SWAT team surrounded the building. Inside, they found dozens of empty chairs, fresh coffee, warm lights, but no people. They had arrived 30 seconds too late. Lucas searched the warehouse. Behind a steel beam, he found a hidden camera. The memory card was intact. The footage showed Michael alive. Then, a black SUV drove away. Emma paused the video. She recognized the license plate. Police traced the license plate. It belonged to a government vehicle. Official records claimed it had never left the garage. Emma whispered, "Someone inside the system is helping them." Judge Sinclair lowered his head. The conspiracy goes deeper than we imagined. Lucas tracked the sub's final location, an abandoned airfield. A private jet was preparing for takeoff. Emma looked at her watch. They had 5 minutes. She turned to the tactical team. "If that plane leaves, we lose Michael forever." Police vehicles raced toward the runway as the jet's engines roared to life. Police vehicles stormed onto the runway. The private jet accelerated toward takeoff. Emma grabbed the radio. "Block the runway." 2 armored vehicles swerved into position. The jet slammed on its brakes. Smoke filled the air. For a moment, everything was silent. SWAT officers surrounded the aircraft. The cabin door burst open. Inside, Michael Ross was tied to a seat. Emma cut the ropes. "You're safe now." Michael shook his head. "No. They wanted me alive. They wanted someone else dead." Michael took a deep breath. 20 years ago. "I didn't witness the murder. I witnessed the meeting where the murder was planned." Emma stared at him. "So you've known the mastermind all this time?" Michael nodded slowly. "I've known his face for 20 years. Michael removed an old photograph from inside his jacket. He handed it to Emma. It showed 6 powerful people standing together. Politicians, judges, police officers, business leaders. One face was circled in red. Michael whispered, "He's the one." Before Emma could examine the photo, a federal agent raised his pistol. It was Marshal Olivia Grant. "I warned you not to reopen this case." She had been working for the organization all along. The entire rescue had been a trap. A gunshot echoed through the cabin. SWAT officers returned fire. Olivia escaped through the emergency exit. She disappeared into the darkness beyond the runway. Emma looked at the fallen photograph. It was gone. Someone had taken it during the chaos. Michael closed his eyes. I don't need the photograph. I remember his face. Emma quickly opened her notebook. Michael began describing the mastermind. Every detail, every scar, every word. Lucas used AI facial reconstruction to create a digital portrait. The completed portrait appeared on the monitor. Emma froze. Lucas looked shocked. Judge Sinclair whispered, I know this man. He attended every major trial. But he was never a lawyer. Never a judge. Never a police officer. He was always watching. A courier entered police headquarters. No name. No return address. He silently left a familiar black envelope. Emma opened it. Inside was a single photograph. It showed her, standing outside the police station only minutes earlier. On the back was one sentence. We are always watching. Late that night, Emma received one final call. Unknown number. Michael's frightened voice whispered, They know who you are now. You were never protecting the witness. The witness was protecting you. The call disconnected. Exactly 12 seconds. Emma slowly looked toward the evidence board. A new black envelope had appeared. Across the front, in red ink, were the words,